everybody, Max here with A1 Website Pro, and today we're going to learn about for loops and for each loops and how they're used. So we're going to get started right now. Hey guys, I just want to let you know how to subscribe to my channel real quick. If you click on the little logo, you'll see the subscribe button. If you scroll down here, you'll see the subscribe button. All you do is have to click that subscribe button, and then don't forget, you need to click on this little bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Hey everyone, to get this lesson fired up, let's go ahead and start up our Champ server. If you don't have yours started, you can see I got mine started right here. The next thing is bring up your editor. I'm using Dreamweaver. Okay, what you want to do is come over here to Files, and the last lesson we were working on was loops. So if you want to fire up your loops, open that up, go ahead and click View, and come up here to File, and click Save As, and loops hyphen while. And then that way you'll have that in your possession. And then we're just going to go back to the loops, and we're going to get rid of all this stuff right in here. Okay, let's get started on this. What we're going to be learning about is for loops. Now, they're a little bit different than while loops that we learned on the last lesson. And for those of you that need the files, if you go to the link in the description of this video, you can download the files for this lesson and all the lessons. But what we do with a for loop, we start with typing for. And then open and close parentheses. You can open and close your curly brackets. You'll notice that this is the general syntax for a lot of things. But we'll go inside here and set our parameter. Our var, we're going to equal it to 0 and then terminate it. And then put our var sign up again, and we'll say if it's less than or equal to, let's just do 5. Okay, and then finally we want to concatenate the var, or increment the var with 2 plus signs, the incrementation. So for the var, we set the var to 0. If the var is less than or equal to 5, we want to keep repeating this loop, and then we increment the var like this. Now we'll go inside the curly brackets, and we're going to echo out the var just like so. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put that in p tags, in paragraph tags, so Bootstrap knows what to do with it. And go inside the p tags and declare your var, just like so. Okay? And then finally, we have to put a terminator on the end of that. So this should give us, this should repeat the number 1 through 5, and this isn't a for loop. So I'll hit Command S. We'll go up to our Champ server, go to the application. This will fire up our browser, navigate to my website, and then we want to go back to the loops.php page. And here you can see we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So that's what a for loop will do for you, and that's how it's written. The syntax is a little bit different. So let's go over this a little bit closer. So you start typing out for. And unlike the while loop, we set the variable in a parameter here. The variable, the var, is equal or set to 0. And then you terminate that. And then the next time you grab the var again. If it's less than or equal to, in our comparison operator, if it's equal to 5, that we're going to make this statement true. And then what we want to do is put the terminator on, put the var one more time, and increment it with 2 plus signs, okay? And do not include the terminator on the end there, otherwise you'll get an error. You close out your parentheses, start your curly brackets, and then here you just simply echo the var, okay? And that's what happens, and that's how it works. All right, now for each loops, they're a little bit different. They have to do with arrays. They're reserved for arrays and objects, actually. So let's do the array one first. So let's go here, and these are going to be for each loops, just like that. So let's set an array. So we'll start on a var is set to array, and that array will put pizza. And then maybe we'll put ice cream. And then maybe another thing. What else do we like to eat? Hamburgers. Okay. Now we'll go to the for each loop, like so. For each. All right. And we'll have our open and close parentheses and open and close curly brackets, and go inside here. And what we have to do is change the name of the var. We say var and then as, and then we're just going to put new var for new variable. And then we'll go in here and we'll echo out. We'll go ahead and use p tags again. And then we're going to echo out $new var, like that. Okay. And then we'll terminate that on the end here. And hold on, looks like I have a syntax error. Okay, and we've got to make sure that we terminate this up here, get rid of that error. Okay, so let's hit Command S. We'll navigate to our browser and we'll refresh. And there you can see we have pizza, ice cream, hamburger. So it's taken an array, and we have this in order: pizza, ice cream, and hamburger. We could add another one here. I'll show you. We'll go ahead and put a comma and put potatoes. Potatoes. All right, and hit Command S. Go to the browser, refresh, and now we have potatoes down there. All right, so that's pretty much how an array works, and that's how you do it in a for each statement. So what are we doing here? We start typing for each. We open our parentheses, and the variable is actually this array that we're grabbing up here. Okay? But now we have to change it, so we're using as, so we could use it in our variable, or use it in our array. And then, because we've got to remember, all this is coming in, so we need to separate these array items: the pizza, the ice cream, the hamburger, and the potato. And we store them in a new variable, new var. And then we echo them out just like this, okay, in our p tags. And that's how we get the results. The next way you use for each loops is in objects, okay? Objects. All right, and just to save time, I have a little snippet over here that I'm going to bring in, and we'll go ahead and get rid of this for loop. Get rid of this for each loop. Okay, so in the object, so you'll recall in an earlier lesson, for the first thing you have to do is set the class, and then you have your you name the class. We name this one food. Now after we name that food, we start with our open and close curly brackets, and here in Dreamweaver you can see very nicely where it close out. The next thing we have to do is define the constants, and these ones are public, private, and there's another one but I can't think of it right now. Oh, protected. Public, private, and protected. And then this constant I have the variable of breakfast. In this one I have the variable of lunch, and in this one I have the variable of supper. Okay? The next thing we have to do in a class is declare the method. And we do that with the public function, and then underscore underscore construct, and then you add your parameters, breakfast, lunch, and supper from the public constants up there. And then you start by typing this, which is a statement in PHP that we use, and we use the little dart sign. Breakfast equals breakfast. Okay? And then we do the next thing, the next one. This dart lunch is set to lunch. This dart supper is set to supper. Okay? We have that in our curly brackets, in our methods here. Okay? Now don't worry about getting this down. We're going to discuss this more in detail later. The next thing we have to do is create the object. Okay? So by creating the object, we have a variable of meals. And then we put is set to new food. Notice we're grabbing the class from above, food. And then we're going to name it eggs, shake, and meatloaf. Okay? Now to create the for each loop, you type in for each. Now you'll notice this is familiar. The open parentheses, meals as food. And then we're going to equal, and put the arrow greater sign, and that's going to be the value. Okay, so now we're going to echo out the value, or the food, which is going to be breakfast, lunch, and supper, and then we're going to put a colon sign and then put the value in the p tags. Okay, so let me hit Command S. We'll navigate over to our browser and I'll hit refresh. You notice we have breakfast eggs, lunch shake, supper meatloaf. Okay, but we're actually using this for each loop. We're taking an object instead of an array in order to echo the results out. If you need any clarifications, don't hesitate to comment below. If you're enjoying these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Max with A1 Website Pro, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Have a good one.